The origin and cure of imposter syndrome. Here's a common scenario. You're jamming along in life, doing your thing. You're making steady progress, slowly getting better. But as things tend to happen, success comes in unexpected spurts. There's the plateau, and then there are the growth areas. So far, so good, right? Maybe you got a sudden and unexpected promotion. Maybe your YouTube channel suddenly tripled in subs over a month or so. Maybe you've been going through a dry spell and you accidentally stumble into a fantastic relationship with a fantastic person. This is when imposter syndrome can kick in. You aren't used to so much success so soon. You feel like you are maybe cheating, like you watered into the rich part of town without anybody noticing. It's only a matter of time before somebody calls you out and says you don't belong here. This is a very common trope in romantic movies. It's also a very common mental barrier to true intimacy. This fear that you're going to be found out, that you feel like an imposter, that if you share who you really are with somebody, they will reject you. Why does this happen? And more importantly, how can you fix this? How can you fix this so you can congruently and aggressively go after as much financial and romantic success as you can possibly handle? The first step is to realize where this comes from. This comes from a very common structure that we all share, and that is growing up. Our brains are far from finished when we are born. Our brain needs tons of information and data to kind of finish the wiring process. And once we turn 2 years old and can get up and walk, our programming compels us to run around and find out as much as we can about the world in which we live. We need food to survive. We need sex, at least our species does, to survive. So both of these feel really good. It feels good to eat and it feels good to have sex. Similarly, because we need a ton of data to finish the wiring process in our brain, it feels really good to go after and collect as much data as we can. This is why little kids love running around and exploring stuff. The problem comes when we are told no. If you've got kids or you've been around kids, they are cute, but only up to a certain point. You've got stuff to do. So it's only a matter of time before you lose your patience. This sets up the common programming. A little kid is expressing their desire for something. They are moving toward something interesting and fascinating and exciting. But then they are told no, not once or twice, but a couple cajillion times. Does the kid realize that mom and dad are tired and it's not a convenient time to play? Nope. At this point, most kids don't even have a sense of self. So something else happens. A kind of cause-effect idea is programmed into that little kid's brain. And it's a very simple equation. Going after something fantastic invites a negative response. This idea was programmed into everybody's brain before we developed a sense of self or self-awareness. So this feeling exists beneath language and ideas and complete thoughts. So as an adult, when you're moving towards something fantastic, there's this deep suspicion that the other shoe is going to drop. This is when you start to get nervous and start to self-sabotage all those good things that recently happened. You may self-sabotage your new job, your new relationship, your new level of income, your new level of social status, or whatever you recently achieved. How do you fix this? It takes time, but it is possible if you are consistent. And that is to go back into your childhood and rewrite those early childhood memories. Find any childhood memory where you express a desire for something and then were shot down. Elementary school is a good place to start. It will be hard to find these memories at first, but the more of these memories you find, the easier they'll be to find. Find any memory and relive it. Only as you relive this old memory, turn it into a good memory. The actual events need to stay the same, but you can change the intentions behind the actions of the actors that are in that memory. For example, imagine that you find a memory of you getting yelled at by your teacher in front of the entire class in second grade. As a little kid, you might have made the assumption that she yelled at you because there's something wrong with you. But when you relive that memory, make it about the teacher, not you. For example, instead of imagining the teacher was yelling at you because you were broken, imagine the teacher yelled at you because she was just about to crap her pants and she could barely hold it in. Take a minute or so until it's a funny memory that erases any previous assumption of being broken. Do this for one memory per day. On the flip side, meditate on any positive experience in your recent adult life and see this positive experience as proof that there's something good about you, proof that other people value you, proof that you are doing something good. If you do both of these exercises every day, it will slowly whittle away the feeling of imposter syndrome. It will attack imposter syndrome from both sides, and it will inoculate you from any further feelings of imposter syndrome. This is definitely a slow burn, but practice each of these meditations per day if you can. One on both sides. One to rewrite early memories, and one to remember, strengthen, and enhance your recent positive memories. If you keep at this, imposter syndrome will soon be a thing of the past that you never have to worry about again. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.